Theresa May knew in advance there'd be no major breakthrough. Her fellow EU leaders made clear that insufficient progress had been made to move Brexit talks beyond the current deadlocked difficulties over money and to begin talking about future trade. She instead issued what sounded like an appeal for help by a politically weakened Prime Minister who's come as far as she can and desperately needs something in return.
If we are going to take a step forward together, it must be on the basis of joint effort and endeavour. We must work together to get to an outcome that we can stand behind and that works for all our people.
What she got in return wasn't much. There were encouraging words from some EU leaders, including the all-important Angela Merkel.
We have made progress, and it is perhaps the nature of the thing that we look at it step by step. I have absolutely no doubt that if we are all focused, and the speech in Florence was a contribution, that we can get a good result.
And there was an end-of-summit commitment by the other 27 members of the EU to begin preparatory talks among themselves about what sort of future trade deal they'd like to see. That means that at least some work will have been done on trade as the clock ticks down to Brexit, so that if the green light is given at the next Council meeting on December the 14th for talks to move on, well, they'll be just a little bit ahead of the game. It is the very smallest of concessions by the EU, where the bar for such minor victories has been set extremely low. But in order for talks to move on, the EU wants Britain to go much further than its offer of over $20 billion to meet outstanding commitments and liabilities. That's something the Prime Minister may not have the political capital to deliver. Jonah, Al Jazeera, Brussels.